And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. The Georgia Southern men and women's basketball teams are both in the midst of losing streaks for the guys. They've lost 3 in a row. We'll have some highlights from their games against Troy. They put up a good fight, and then App State, which they went to overtime before they lost that one. And they've also lost another one earlier this week on Wednesday. They'll be in action Saturday at home. They'll be taking off Buffalo. The women have lost 8 in a row. They will be at Northern Illinois on Saturday. As for area high school basketball, things a little bit better for them. The men and the women of Statesboro High both taking the top spot in their region. They'll host the region tournament coming up next week. As for the Bulloch Academy Gators, the girls clinched even despite losing their first region game of the year to Westminster. They'll be hosting as the number 1 seed starting next week. The guys will be the 3 seed. As for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, boys and girls, both on the road. The guys have lost a couple of tough ones, including a 2-point loss to Islands to wrap up the regular season. They'll be the 4 seed. The girls will be the 4 seed in the upcoming region tournament next week. And for the Portal Panthers, the girls, the number 3 seed. The boys are battling with Jenkins County Friday night to determine whether they will be the 1 or 2 seed in next week's tournament. We'll have highlights from Statesboro High, from Bulloch Academy, and from Portal coming up for you in just a moment. Stay with us on Upon Further Review. Reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. Cook's Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Eagles' spirit and style are a priority around here, and that's why the University Store, the official outfitter of Georgia Southern, offers everything you need to be game day ready. The University Store carries the largest inventory of licensed Georgia Southern apparel, accessories, and spirited merchandise. Show your spirit with tents, flags, and chairs. Show your style with polos, hats, dresses, and jerseys. Visit us in-store at our stadium shops or online at gsustore.com. Show your spirit from tailgate to touchdown with the University Store today. Well, the Georgia Southern men, a couple of tough losses. Thursday, they played Troy, lost to them. They're the top team in the Sun Belt, and then lost to App State, who might be either top or second place team in the Sun Belt, and that game was in overtime. Let's send you out for some of those highlights. The Georgia Southern Eagles hosting Troy. We picked things up in the first half, and Eugene Brown doing a good job of following up his own miss and getting the bucket. Next, it's Malik Tidwell penetrating and getting this one to go off the glass. But the Trojans in control for most of the first half. The corner 3 by Christian Eugene. Troy takes a 15-point lead. The Eagles come back to make a run. The corner 3 from Aaron Banks. Later, Nate Bradford hits the 3 from the elbow. And then to the corner we go. A 3 from Banks. The Eagles cut the lead to 6. Troy has to take a timeout. Then up top, Banks another one. He finished the game with 16. Then the bounce pass to Brown for 2 more. The lead cut to 5. Troy responds. Amir Muhammad with one of 13 Trojan threes. Tyron Moore coming back as he penetrates, hits the tough shot with the left hand. Then a nice job inside here by freshman Amonte Parker, the hoop and one. But Troy proving to be too much on this night. Theo Sang with another 3, and the Eagles fall 84-63. Georgia Southern looking to rebound Saturday against Appalachian State. First half, and the nice dish inside to Eugene Brown for 2. Malik Tidwell then going high off the glass for the hoop and the foul. More from Tidwell here off the mark, but the putback by Parker. Then it's Cam Bryant for three. App State with the early lead, though. Justin Abson with the jam. He'd have 20 points. The Eagles come back. Parker off the miss with the putback. He finished with 19 and 9 boards. Then Jamar Franklin driving in for the tough layup. David Kuhl will then find Franklin inside for the hoop and the foul. Tyron Moore stepping up and burying the three. He'd lead the way with 24 points. More from Franklin as he hits the three. And then nice ball movement from the Eagles outside to Eugene Brown all alone. 3 of his 18 points. Back inside we go to Parker, coming through with the hoop and one. And then Bryant, the long two. But it wouldn't be enough, though. The Eagles would fall in overtime, 85-84. So next up for the guys, they will be at home at Hader Fieldhouse Saturday at 3 o'clock taking on Buffalo. The women on the road at Northern Illinois. This is part of a mid-season basketball challenge between the two conferences to try to get some RPI points as they approach the end of the regular season. We'll send you out for some highlights from the women and the men for you on next week's show. Stay with us. High school basketball coming up next. There's a time for playing it safe and a time for Whiskey Business. Located on the corner of Highway 80 and East Main Street, Whiskey Business has one of the largest selections of bourbons as well as an allocated selection of bourbons and top shelf liquors. Featuring the coldest walk-in beer cave around, a great selection of IPA and craft beers as well as domestics. They also sell ice, mixers, champagne, wine with all your favorite brands. Whiskey Business also has a fully stocked cigar room with humidors, cigar cutters, torches, and other accessories featuring brands like Man O' War, Buffalo Trace, Macanudo, and Rocky Patel. Open Monday through Wednesday, 9 to 9 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 9 till 10 p.m. Stop by and see them today.
Davis, you're in. You tired of being on the sidelines? Let's get you in the game. GATA, get after those assets.
Well, the high school basketball team's doing pretty well. The Statesboro boys and girls, the number 1 seed in next week's region tournament, which will be getting underway Wednesday and Friday at Statesboro High School. Bulloch Academy in action as the number 1 seed on the girls' side, number 3 seed on the boys' side. They'll be hosting the region tournament. The Portal Panthers will be on the road at Montgomery County as either the 1 or 2 seed, depending on how their game Friday night goes at home against Jenkins County. Southeast Bulloch boys and girls, both the 4 seed. We will have some games from the highlights from the past week or so. Let's send you out for a couple of big ones at Statesboro High, some highlights from Bulloch Academy and Portal as well. The Bulloch Academy Gators honoring their 2014 state championship team on their 10-year anniversary prior to their game with St. Andrews. Ladies first, this one all Gators. Briley Ray hits the runner. Next, it's Riley Claxton knocking down the three-pointer from the corner, and then Ashante Noble feeds Marilyn Belcher. The Gators open up a 24-0 lead. The two hook up again. Belcher hits, and it's 26-0. Noble later gets her own rebound and the putback. She'd end up with 20 points. Then back inside we go. It's Adley Davis hitting for 2 as the Gators roll 48-15. Heading over to the boys' game, and the Gators hanging with the top team in the region. Early on, Jackson Shepard finds the bank open. Later, it's Shamar Jenkins driving in for the layup. Shepard next, left alone, and he buries the three-pointer. Then on the break, Shepard off to the races. Bulloch Academy within 2. Then we go up top, and it's Will Ellis, nothing but net. St. Andrews able to maintain a small lead. Zen Edwards hits the baseline 3. Shepard responding, driving strong to the basket. And then it's Jenkins doing likewise. But in the long run, St. Andrews proving to be too much. Edwards hits again, and they'd win 71-48. Statesboro High with a couple of big region games to close out the regular season at home. Ladies first, taking on Ware County. Shanaria White gets things started with the three-pointer. Rhea Johnson then to Alyssa Staten inside for the bucket. Back to Staten we go. She hits inside once again. And then over to the corner where Zaya Hagray hits the 3. A big game for Staten. She'd end up with 24 points to lead the way. Johnson then going in for the easy layup. Back inside to Staten next for 2 more. Hagray will then hit another 3 from the same spot. That must be a popular place as Johnson drains the triple. Statesboro blows out Ware County 61-30. A lot closer game on the boys' side. Raylan Grant driving hard to the basket for 2. Then Cam Michael steps back and knocks down the three-pointer. Devin Michael pulling up and hitting the mid-range jumper. But Ware County hanging tight. Darius Ward hits the runner. Statesboro answering off the break. Cam Michael able to finish. Then Devin Michael off the mark, but Cam there for 2 more. Ware County staying in it. Jarvis White, red hot from outside, hits the turnaround jumper. Statesboro right back. Michael 2 more of his 20 points in the game. Ware County, though, with a 26-23 halftime lead. Second half, Jacaden Cone on the break for 2. And then he steps outside and buries the three-pointer. Raylan Grant driving in for the hoop and the foul. Then the nice look inside to Devin Michael. Ware County ties the game here on the Jarvis Wright three-pointer. But Devin Michael, 3 of his own. Statesboro on top. Late in the game, off the steal, Cone goes in for the layup. In the fourth, Ware County ties the game on the three-pointer by Tez Bolds, but the Blue Devils fouled with just over 1 second left. Devin Michael makes both free throws. Ware County gets 1 chance, but can't get the shot off, and Statesboro wins 53-51. We move on to Saturday. Statesboro hosting Bradwell, looking to avenge an early season loss, and they'll go inside to Alyssa Staten for the hoop and the foul. Back to Staten we go. Blue Devils up by 2. And then outside, Rhea Johnson finds Maggie O'Neill, who hits the 3. Bradwell comes back to make it a 1-point game with this bucket. Statesboro answering as White drives in for 2 more. And then just before the half, the shot by Hartwell off the mark. Staten gets the rebound and the putback at the buzzer. The Blue Devils lead by 4 at the break. Second half bombs away. Statesboro White for 3. Then they go inside to Staten, 2 of her 24 in the game. O'Neal later from the near side, and she hits the three-pointer. Then up top we go, Hartwell, the triple. Statesboro up by 6. Bradwell battles back to make it a 4-point game, but Statesboro with the answers on this night from deep. Rhea Johnson, another 3. And then O'Neal, the long two-pointer. Hartwell will then dial it up again. And finally, inside we go to Alyssa Staten. Statesboro wins 66-60. To the boys' game, trying to lock up home court advantage in the region tournament against the Tigers. Cam Michael starts it off with two inside. Then Raylan Grant drives in and gets the hoop and the foul. Cone stepping outside where he hits the three. And then check this one out. DJ Brown with a nice block. Cone the pass ahead. And Raylan Grant cruises in for the layup. Bradwell staying right with the Blue Devils, though. Christopher Perry goes up for the alley-oop dunk. Statesboro answering inside with Mike Goodman. On the other end, then Cam Michael, the spin move and finish. More from Cam, the pull-up three. Bradwell once again going inside to Sean Frazier for two. They'd take a 1-point halftime lead. Second half, Cam Michael going in for another basket. And then off the rebound, it's Cam Wilkerson, the rebound and putback. Cone then driving in for the hoop and the foul. Raylan Grant left alone in the corner. He hits the triple. Then Grant makes the basket and gets fouled. He'd complete the three-point play. Statesboro up by one. Nice passing here. Cam Michael able to finish. Then DJ Brown inside to Michael. This one rolls around and in. Statesboro would lead by as many as 8. Bradwell cuts it to 4. And then DJ Brown with a finishing touch as the Blue Devils win 62-57. Portal Panthers hosting Bryan County in a non-region matchup. Tierra Kingsbury with the bucket for the Panthers. Portal finding some success outside as well. Alyssa King hits the three. A little bit later, it's King once again left alone, and she buries another triple. But Bryan County in command in this one, and they go on to win by a final score of 66-37. Senior night, as all the seniors were honored between the games. Portal escaped at Bryan County, winning by 1 point. A much different result on this evening. David Thomas hits the three. Thomas then driving in, getting the layup. His brother Joseph Thomas, not to be outdone, buries the three from the top of the key. And then from even farther out, he hits another. Portal up by 12. Amir Jackson taking the pass. And the senior goes in for two. Then the inbounds to fellow senior Marion Trimble. He scores. Back to the freshman we go. Thomas from nearly out of bounds hits the three. Then he'll feed his brother Joe. He hits another three-pointer. And then on the break, Joseph Thomas, the heat check, pulls up, knocks down another three. Portal up by 20. They'd be up by 24 at the half. Second half, Joseph Thomas hits the tough off-balance shot. He'd have 35 points in the game. David driving in for the easy layup. Then Joseph, his shot a little bit more difficult here. The mid-range two. And then falling away, Thomas gets fouled and hits the bucket. He'd have 8 3-pointers in the game, including this one. He didn't even play the fourth quarter. Then he goes in on the break, the hoop and a foul once again. And finally, Amir Jackson with the finishing touch. Portal wins 85-32. And that'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.